today I have with me the brand new Tesla Model 3 standard range. Finally I put my hands on the standard range, and in this video I want to give you the feedback on how it's on the road, how is to drive a standard range. Basically, if you already want to see how is the Tesla Model 3 long range, you can check out on my channel because I have a few videos with it, but this is kind of the first video with standard range. And I'm really curious because I have so many questions of you guys that ask me what car should I buy, standard range, long range, and so on. And in this video I can finally give you the feedback. Exterior design wise, it's kind of the same design, it looks the same good. Also the same caps here, aerodynamic caps. Winter tires, by the way, we will test out also the consumption in this video, and keep in mind that it comes with winter tires, 18-inch wheels. Comes also with protection down here that probably will kind of stop a little bit the aerodynamic, but nothing serious. It's just add probably a little bit of wind noise, but other than that it looks lovely. Before I come here, I come with my Tesla Model Y standard range, and I'm really curious to see the feeling between those two because I drive it for the last year, standard Model Y, Tesla Model Y standard range, and now this is Model 3 standard range, and I'm really curious how it's to drive it. And it's for the first time when I drive it with you in the video. Double glassing in the front, on the rear, kind of the same on my Tesla Model Y, but I'm planning to make a separate video where I will compare both of the cars in terms of sound insulation and so on. Let me go inside. Let me put the card right here so we can drive it. The interior wise, basically it feels quite similar with the other long range, so you won't feel any difference when you go inside the car. Also you have some textile material here, you have leatherette, synthetic leather, but overall the quality, it's quite good. The same beautiful ambient light that goes across in the front there, and you can basically change the colors. If you go to lightning, if you go here, you can change basically whatever color you want. So it looks quite nice, to be honest. I wish I have it on my Tesla Model Y. Let's reset the trip, and I want to show you also the trip on the last kilometers. The car have already 3,550 kilometers, and the consumption is around 162 watt-hour per kilometer. I will reset today. Let me reset the trip current drive. Basically I don't even need, because it's a current drive. We will see on the current drive what will be the consumption. We can see it here on the left side. Other than that, everything looks very similar with Tesla Model Y. Let me set this to standard mode, and steering wheel to standard mode, and all other stuff are normal. I'm super excited. Press the brake first of all. By the way, I want to show you something. Up here it has also some hidden features, because many people ask me what else when you change the gears. It doesn't have any more stalks. You have to change the turning signal from here. But basically also when you want to change the gears, you don't have any lever or any stalk, so you have to press the brake and then you have to slide up or down. And some people ask me, what if the screen go blank? What else? You just put your finger around here up and it will appear this park, reverse, neutral, or drive, and you can basically set it up from here, but you have to press the brake and then just put in drive. And right now the car is in drive, so in case the screen go blank, you can use those controllers from up here on the roof. So super smart stuff. I adjust the seats, adjust the mirrors, adjust everything, and let's drive it. I kind of miss driving a Tesla Model 3. I have one for 4 years. The position, immediately I feel like the position, it's much more sportier because the seats and the legs will stay much more straighter in the front. It's a nice position. Basically both positions are nice. In Model Y you stay a little bit higher, so your legs will stay a little bit lower like that, but here you have much more sportier position, and to be honest, it's quite comfortable on those seats. I really love those seats. I think they are much better than the seats from my Tesla Model Y. I definitely like them more. I wish I have them on my Model Y, so this is something that definitely it's much better. I like also much more the steering wheel. I think it has nicer design and also nicer grip. here, for example, it's kind of complicated to change the turning signals when you have to go left and right, or in the roundabout. It's kind of complicated to change the direction from those buttons, but otherwise yeah, everything else it's quite the same. Surprisingly, it's quite smooth, so the sound insulation is pretty good inside. I knew that from the long range. We will test also some acceleration a little bit, but right now we are in standard mode, so no chill mode, standard mode on right now. I'm really curious to see also the consumption. The climatic system is off, also everything is off. It comes with heated steering wheel, heated seats also on the standard range. That's great. It's pretty silent. The pedals and everything else feel the same. By the way, this standard range come only with 9 speakers, where the long range come with 17 speakers, so almost double. Otherwise, in terms of power, I think it's more than enough power. Even in this standard range, I don't think you basically need more power. It's around 300 horsepower around there, also in standard range. So 300 horsepower is more than enough for daily driving or for anything, highway, city, whatever. It comes also this version with the winter tires, so those are also a little bit softer, a little bit more comfortable. Otherwise, here in the menu it's basically the same. Everything it's quite the same, nothing different. Let's see this. The screen seems to be the navigation, and the screen seems to be a little bit faster than on my Model Y. I think they improve it a little bit. It feels quite faster. And also when you load a destination, it feels
now
quite quick. Wow. Yes, it's definitely a little bit quicker than Tesla Model Y. That's quite impressive. I like that. Otherwise, the view here it's quite similar, and the sensors around seems to be quite similar. We will test out also the Autopilot when we go now on the highway a little bit, and also the acceleration. And I'm really curious to see the consumption. I'm really curious about that. Otherwise, it's a nice feeling here. Man, if you don't need space in the car, I think if I would have to choose, because I have so many questions from you, what should I choose, Tesla Model 3 or Model Y? And I would say, if you don't need space, I think the new Model 3 make more sense. It's quick, it's nice, it stays much better on the road. Oh my god. Oh, now I remember how it's Model 3. Wow. It's much more quicker and much more nicer. So basically, yeah, let's stay here. Basically, it's much more nicer on the road. It's kind of stick to the road in curves. It gives you much better driving feeling. Wow. Oh my god, it's so pleasant. It's so pleasant. Where Model Y, it feels more like a big boat in curves. Here you have such a good control. So if you want to drive sporty, if you like sporty driving, if you want to have super control, I think Model 3 is the way to go. And regarding Model 3 standard range or Model 3 long range, man, I think for most of the people, standard range it's more than enough. You have perfect view outside on the windows. The sound insulation it's much more improved, and also now the suspensions are better than the previous versions. Now this car it's built in China. The standard range, it comes with LFP battery. That's great, of course. You have less range, but longer lasting battery, I should say, because LFP battery can be charged to 100% all the time, and they last 3 times more than the other battery, NMC battery. So It comes with blind spot technology here in this angle. I don't know if you saw that red dot right there. Now if you set the cruise control, you just have to press this one and you just activate it. You can activate the cameras from here and so on. The lane assist, it's also an option. You have to go to Autopilot right here and you have to activate it from there. I guess it wasn't activated from the beginning of the road. I have to stop and then activate them. I will stop right here on the side and then I will test it when we go back. But man, oh man, I love the driving feeling in a Model 3. It's much more sportier, and to be honest, now it feels also relaxing sitting here with your legs a little bit straighter. Regenerative brake, you release, it's just one pedal drive basically. Here you don't have too many choice. In terms of regenerative brake, you just have one pedal drive. It's simple as that. It's simple to drive. Let me park here for a while, for just 1 second, and change those settings, and then we will go ahead again. Now let me go here. The steering wheel, it's on comfort. You have 3 settings, probably you already know that. Let me put it in park. You just put this park and you are in park right now. Auto steer in beta, navigate on traffic sign. Okay, yes, we activate those things because we're deactivated, and right now it should work quite fine, right? And let's go back. You just slide it back. It's so easy. I like it much more. You slide up, slide down, and then you put it in gears, easy as that. The resolution of the cameras are pretty much similar. It's quite good resolution. And also you have these new, after the upgrade, you have this new 3-dimensional view here with whatever happened around the car. So that's quite smart. It's much more useful, even though it doesn't have physical sensors. It's much more useful right now to understand where the car is positioning, and I think with time they will improve it even more and will be even better. Now slide it up. We are in standard mode, so we can accelerate here. Try an acceleration. There's nobody behind, lucky us. Press the brake, accelerate, and a little bit of delay, and it goes. Yes, 100. It's not as quick as long range, and when it comes to difference between Model Y standard range and Model 3 standard range, I think it is basically quite similar. Maybe this one it's a little bit quicker, but yeah, it's more than enough power. I mean, you have more than enough power even to accelerate like that. You set up the autopilot from here. You just press this wheel and then you set the speed. It's easy as that, and autopilot, it works lovely. You probably already know Tesla autopilot. Yeah, it's basically, and this one here, it's basically one of the best. And now in the last time they improve also the autopilot, because they have some complaints about people not having your hands on the steering wheel or your view straight. And this camera up here will work with feedback on the steering wheel to warn you if the camera see that you turn your head, it will give you a warning. Check this out. If you look like this, or if you look down, you will get a warning, and the warning will appear right here on the screen, and it will tell you to put your hands on the steering wheel and so on. So that's a smart thing that they improve. It's more annoying than before, but it's much safer because you always have your hands here and your view straight. So otherwise it works pretty much really good. Stay perfectly between the lanes. Here's the wiper, by the way, button on the steering wheel. It's much more easier to activate, and then it still stay between the lanes. Check this out. So it stays just lovely right here. It's brake, it's accelerate, depending what the car in front will do. And as you probably see already, it's doing a phenomenal job. To warn me from time to time to put my hand on the steering wheel, but look at this curve here, it's quite hard, but it's doing the job without any problem. No problem. And it feels, you can feel it, that you can trust it. Perfect. Really, really perfect. Look at it, and it's still going on autopilot perfectly. I don't know, man. I mean, if you don't need the space, I will go with Tesla Model 3 because the seats and everything, it's much nicer. And regarding Tesla Model 3 and standard range and long range, if you do long trips often, like travel a lot, and I think it will make sense to go with long range. Or if you are a fan of driving super fast, you want to feel that crazy acceleration and you want to have something special, or you have a lot of money and you still want to buy a Tesla, then go with long range. But if you are on a budget, if you don't drive most of the time many kilometers, look at this acceleration. If you don't drive most of the time many kilometers, even the brakes are quite good. Oh, the brakes are cool. The brakes are quite good, and as you probably know, the transition between the regenerative brake and brakes, physical brakes, is just perfect. Tesla know how to make cars. At least in the last years, they improve it a lot. If you are on the budget, you want an electric car, a very good electric car, and you don't want to spend too much money, you don't travel long distances often. Basically, I travel a lot often, long distances, and I still have standard range Model Y, so I think doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, if you travel even more than I travel, I think standard range, it's just fine, will be just fine, because it has all the things that long range have. The only thing is the speakers, if you want to have also better sound system, and yeah, then you should go. I'm really curious to see the performance. I heard that Model 3 performance will come soon, so I'm super excited to see it and to test it, so stay close if you want to see that. Oh. It's also easy to change the directions from here, to turn on the directions. You can get used with it. The only problem is then when you go on the roundabout, or when you have to do left right, and you have to turn the steering wheel a little bit more than half, then will be a little bit of problem. But other than that, look at this. Oof. Acceleration on the upper hill, no problem. It's nimble, it's fun to drive, it stays quite good on the road. It feels good on the road, and quite light. It feels a little bit lighter than the long range. It has a 60 kilowatt hour battery, usable 57, something like that. It's basically kind of the same. I think it's the same battery that they use it also on Model Y, where on the long range you have a bigger battery. This one feel much lighter, a little bit lighter. And again, activate autopilot, the car will do the job for you. It feels nicer when you drive a Model 3 than Model Y, because it's lower on the ground, it has a better grip, better handlings, and nicer acceleration. It feels more agile, and that's something that I really like. For me personally, I love that. Where the Model Y, it's more of a family car, more traveling slowly, steady. You can see the blind spot right there in the corner. By the way, the interior lights, ambient light, will dim down when you start driving, so that's something to keep in mind. We can try to go out here and then try another acceleration. We have 163 watt hour per kilometer, right? Wow, 61. It's pretty good consumption, right? Yeah, I was expect to have a better consumption than on my Tesla Model Y. I think I definitely expect from this Model 3 standard range to have the best consumption from all the Tesla cars that are now on the market. I don't know why, but I expect that. It's lighter, it's rear-wheel drive, so it should have a better range. Now right here we can try the acceleration again. Accelerate. Oh man, it stays nice in curves. Splendid. And you just accelerate. We drive in standard mode. I didn't drive in chill mode. Probably I will do another test drive, consumption test, to see only in chill mode or only normal, to see what kind of consumption I can get from the car. So I will try my best to drive economical. But here right now it's other story. Man, it feels so agile. It feels so fun to drive it. I kind of miss Tesla Model 3. I really miss it. I had it 4 years and now I miss it. Definitely I miss the car. Love the driving feeling. Now again, set it up from here. Just like that. Look at this consumption, 139 watt hour per kilometer. Oh my god. It's crazy. Wow. And you saw how I drive. I didn't try to drive economical. I just accelerate, I brake, I give the best. It's really good. And then it drives itself right now. And you can see here how good. You can definitely trust this autopilot. It feels, you feel how it stays perfectly between the lane, and it gives you that feedback that he knows what he's doing, you know. I don't know how to explain you that, but you have that feedback from the steering wheel, from the driving, from everything. But basically, let's go here. And we go a little bit here on some twisty road. Wow, bro, it's so fun to drive it. And brakes, man, the brakes are better than the previous Model 3. It feels better, it feels fun. 138 watt hour per kilometer. It's just really good. It's really good. You don't need more than that, trust me. It's more than enough for daily driving. Disactivate the heating and also the heating in the steering wheel. The heating on the seats and on the steering wheel was on, and still with this consumption, quite nice. Here you have the controllers for the light, turning signals, wipers if you want to activate it, and then the cameras around the car. Another Tesla behind me, a Model S, and then that's it. And it's also much more beautiful, this new Model 3. I think it looks gorgeous. The front and the back much better than the previous version. A little bit meaner. It's not more nice, it's mean. Meaner design, you know, like BMW, more aggressive. And it looks nicer. The seats are definitely better than Model Y. I can tell you that because I get down from a Model Y right now before I start driving this. You can adjust from here the position the way you want it. It's wonderful. They are really good. You see right now I basically cannot turn the signal. I cannot turn the signal to show that, guys, I will do right, because it was like this steering wheel. I don't know where is the button, and in this situation it's quite complicated. But I have a tip for Tesla engineers if they watch this video. If you set a destination, for example, you set right now a destination, and the car will know that you will do on the roundabout right on the second one, why not the car to turn the signals automatically in the roundabouts in the direction that you go? And that will be a nice tip to activate and deactivate yourself from the menu. I think that will be a smart choice and a smart thing that I didn't see in any other car until today. So you set the navigation system to one destination and the car will turn the signal for you in roundabouts, because here it's complicated to do that. The car can do that for you. So what do you think about that, guys? I think that would be a smart move, and probably that will improve this experience. And if the engineers doesn't hear me right now, probably they will still do that, because where is the here, thank you. Ambient light on the legs, and here I can show you the ambient light. Where is it? Ambient light here in the nighttime. Look at this, man, it looks nice, right? Red, purple, green. Oh, I love this color. This one look phenomenal. Wow, I like this. I like this one. And when you close it, it closes. Let it on. Nah, just like that. Look at this, beautiful. Also in the back, here is the screen in the back. Probably you saw already the reviews. If you didn't see it, check it out. I'm planning to do a video comparing the interior, exterior, multimedia, all that stuff with a Model Y. So in terms of sound insulation, guys, between Model Y and Model 3, this model, I think basically they are very similar. Maybe this one it's a little bit better. This is something that I really want to test out, and I notice right now after I drive mine, I don't feel like it's a big difference between Model Y and this Model 3. So the sound insulation is improving a lot, and to be honest, even at high speed with my Model Y on the highway over 130 km/h, the sound insulation is good enough, and it's more than enough. I don't feel like I need better sound insulation in the car. I feel like it's perfect. So those double glassing are making the difference. So in terms of this one and the previous version, I feel like this one it's definitely better and much more improved. Even over the bumps, here are pretty bumpy road, and I feel like definitely the sound insulation from down part, it's definitely improved, and also over the bumps it feels much more comfy. So yeah, I think it's a complete car. Basically I feel like it's really good. And yeah, this car is built in China. Check this out. Look at the light here, it's straight, right? Because I see many people complain about this light not array perfectly, but this one it's array perfectly here. Check this out. So yeah, maybe long range, but standard range seems to be really good. And if you need power, you can use the power. You see it now, right now, if I had the navigation turning right, then the turning signal will turn automatically. I'm not sure if they can make that, but yeah, probably they can. But pretty cool. That was the trip. Let's see the consumption. Let's try to park here around for a second. Let me show you how easy it is to park the car. Basically I will park it here. Yes, there we go. Brake, go reverse, back, slide back, and just like that. It's so easy. It's so easy. You don't even need a stalk for that. And you see the new mapping that mapped the ground. It's kind of a bird eye, and you can see around the car perfectly what happened, and it is just super useful. And you can basically do it like that. Let's see, no other cars coming from there, so we can park here, because here it's where I want to park it. Definitely go in reverse and just put it like that here. Nice, just like that, perfectly. Put it in park, and you can see now ambient light, dimming mirrors, super nice, lovely. And Consumption, guys, let's see the consumption. We go here, 137 watt-hour per kilometer, 17 kilometer, 27 minutes. Incredible consumption. From my point of view, it's quite good. The way I drive it, it's quite good. I accelerate a few times. I drive only in standard mode, and this is it. Incredible. So yeah, and with the climatic system off, by the way. So yeah, I don't, outside there are 9 degrees, but inside is super warm. The heating steering wheel was on, the seat heating was on as well. That was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some useful information from here. If you still have questions, ask me down below, whatever question you have. Also, I guess the price doesn't matter too much for you, or technical data, because probably most of you already know those details. But in general, check this out, 73%, still 317 kilometers. So I hope you get some useful information from here. I plan to do another video where I drive normally, only in efficient mode, and to see how much consumption I can get, the less of it. But definitely when it comes to consumption, I can feel that this Model 3 standard range, it's much better in terms of efficiency and consumption than Tesla Model Y standard range. I have one, I drive it before, and I never get those numbers if I drive like I drive before with this one. So definitely this one is much more efficient, and that's a big deal. I hope the new Tesla Model Y will be also a little bit more efficient. Maybe I hope they will improve a little bit aerodynamic, and that will be a huge step forward, because we need a little bit more range on the Tesla Model Y. For me, it was okay to travel a lot of kilometers. I do, like 2 weeks ago, 2,000 kilometers, and I didn't have any problem. I mean, yeah, just stop to the supercharger for maybe 1 or 2 times more, but that's it. Otherwise, it's great. So to answer your question, Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y, my answer is, if you need space, if you have a bigger family, if you carry a lot of stuff, go for Tesla Model Y, because that have more space. If you don't need space for the moment, go with Model 3, because it has much better technology, better seats, better looking, better efficiency. This is my opinion. And regarding Model 3 standard range or long range, depend on you. If you do long trips often, go with long range. If you don't do long trips often, go with standard range. It's as good as the long range. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I hope this video was useful. If you want to buy a Tesla, no matter which model, I will leave my referral link on the screen. Also in the description, you can use my referral link. I'm not sure in this moment how many credits, how many kilometers, or how much discount you receive from my referral. You just try it out. I will leave it on the screen and also in the description. Also, if you need any help with any question, I will answer you with pleasure. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Really appreciate that. Stay close, because will come much more interesting videos. Can't wait to see the performance version. Stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.